I'm Sheila Brummer with Siouxland Public Media News. An appeals court has not only upheld a 2020 order for the federal government to pay landowners along the Missouri River for years of flooding, it's also requiring the government to cover crop losses and damages from the devastating floods of 2011. On Friday, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit sided with landowners who sued in 2014, arguing the federal government violated constitutional protections against taking property without just compensation. The lawsuit says the Corps of Engineers caused recurrent flooding after changing how it manages the river's flow to prioritize protected endangered fish and birds. Attorneys for the landowners expect the government to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Spirit Lake School Board has rescinded its plans to let up to 10 non-teaching staff members carry a concealed weapon on school grounds. The decision last night comes after the company that has provided the district's liability insurance said it would not renew the policy on July 1st. The board's president says the district had no other options but to withdraw the gun policy that had been approved last fall as part of the school safety plan. Teresa Beck says a majority of community and teachers supported the plan. Iowa State Auditor Rob Sand says it's unclear whether or not a new state law may restrict the ability of his office to review how a private company manages the new state-funded accounts for private school expenses. The law forbids the state auditor's office from going to court to force state officials and agencies to turn over documents. It also restricts Sand's office from accessing personal information that an individual would reasonably expect to be kept private or consider unnecessary to an audit. Sand, the only Democrat in statewide office, says Republican lawmakers who approved the restrictions have limited the ability of his office to investigate potential fraud. Sand says a lot of people are concerned about public money going to private schools and the lack of transparency, accountability, and rules. Iowa Democratic lawmakers have implored Republican Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds to apply for federal assistance to help provide food for Iowa school children during summer break. They sent a letter to Reynolds urging the governor to take advantage of the USDA's pandemic EBT program. The program provides families with children extra benefits for groceries when their kids are not receiving meals from schools. Iowa was one of 14 states that had not yet applied for the funding for the summer. The deadline for the state to apply is July 14th. In Iowa, 1 in every 11 children faces hunger, with 40% of households receiving SNAP benefits, according to the organization Feeding America. And Governor Reynolds has visited the Italian company that recently bought Lamar's-based Wells Enterprises, the makers of Blue Bunny ice cream. Reynolds is on a 2-week overseas trade mission. Yesterday, she posted photos online of her meeting with executives of the Ferrero Group, one of the world's largest food manufacturers. Ferrero's acquisition of family-owned Wells Enterprises was announced in December. Wells is a major company in northwest Iowa. At the time of the sale, about 2,500 employees were on its payroll. In 2004, state and local officials approved $10 million worth of incentives to keep the company's headquarters in Lamar's. In 2006, Wells opened a new $30 million facility. Reynolds, after meeting at the Italian company, tweeted that Iowa's strong economy, skilled workforce, and business-friendly environment presents great opportunities. For Siouxland Public Media News, I'm Sheila Brummer. Have a fantastic Friday, and thanks for listening.